Kent, Adam Shapiro, Mike Murphy, and Todd Horwitz. Bubba. Mike, it looks like bad news is good news with this China thing. 6.9% growth last year. I don't believe it. Probably closer to 4. Who knows? You always call China a Ponzi scheme, right?
Is that to me?
I call them a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
I call them a Ponzi scheme because that's what they are. You don't get accurate numbers. They said this morning we needed money to pay some old debt. So they're printing money to pay old debt. Look it up in the dictionary. That is a Ponzi scheme. That's what they're running, and they continue to run. So the government owns 52% of their stock market. They allow it to trade higher. They stop the circuit breakers because they're going to support it, whatever it takes, and that is not the recipe for success. That's the recipe for disaster.
The recipe for disaster, Mike Murphy. I mean, is China a Ponzi scheme, to Todd's point?
I don't think it is. I look at China. We saw 6.9% GDP growth, and you can argue whether those numbers are true or not true, but the market was up over 50% 2 years ago over there, up over almost 10% last year. So I think China, the second largest economy, is growing almost 7%. I think that's a fair number. If you're not going to believe the numbers, there's nothing to talk about. Let's look at that number. I think what was priced into our markets this beginning of the year was even worse numbers than that. So if we're going to go with 6.9%, I think the market has a relief rally coming.
Joe,